This is a sample Rule 11 agreement. We've seen them in the OTK case too. This one is for discovery, and it's usually 30 days. Hey, we need the names and addresses of people. We need the theories that you plan on presenting. The big one, hey, the originals are copies of any or a description by category and location of all documents, electronically stored information, which is the Discord stuff that I brought up, and tangible things that the responsible party has in possession, custody, or control. So this is your typical Rule 11 agreement that everyone's worried about, and people are saying they settle. This Rule 11 agreement does not look like they settle. Okay. Now, what is a Rule 11 agreement, guys? My job here is not to just bring you the juice, but also give you a little bit of education. So this is from texaslawhelp.org. And it goes over Rule 11 agreements, okay? What is the Rule 11 agreement? Rule 11 of the Texas Civil Procedure lets lawyers and parties to any lawsuit enter into a written agreement on any subject matter of the lawsuit. A written agreement. Now, I don't think a Rule 11 agreement is going to be to settle per se. When do you use a Rule 11 agreement? As a party to a lawsuit, you can use a Rule 11 agreement to agree to any issues you are discussing. You may want to pass and reschedule a hearing or extend the deadline for objections and responses to written discovery requests. This is what I think that they're doing. I do not foresee that xQc will ever settle with this woman because it just sets the wrong precedent. Even though I'm sure it'd be easy, this person probably has no price in mind. They'll want to audit his finances and try to treat it like a real marriage and say, well, I'm entitled to half of everything you made since this day. And do not forget, this lawsuit, he's also suing for his attorney fees. In the event she loses, he's due his attorney fees. So the people who saying, well, he's moving because he's settled, no. He likely moved back the discovery date. He agreed to move back to trial. So we know he does not have to be back until the 29th for his hearing. So the Rule 11 agreement is like this. Now, what does it say? Lawyers or parties must voluntarily enter into a Rule 11 agreement. Courts encourage parties to lawsuits to try to reach agreements. Rule 11's agreements, this is a thing with family courts for the most part, you know. Here we go. This was one instance where they already used it. Can I use Rule 11 agreement to waive required initial disclosures? Starting January 1st, the parties' new civil lawsuits in Texas will, with a few exceptions, have to exchange information within 30 days of filing an answer. Waiver of service or counter petition. This includes all family law cases, okay? So she did this. I just showed you an example. Now, we know for a fact that when I showed you the case summary, she was asking for more time. And she likely asked xQc for more time. And if you see the Rule 11 agreement, chances are it was granted. You know why? Because here's the thing, guys. You can't be like, well, Judge, we were being civil. We asked xQc's attorney for more time, and they said no. Since they won't give us any time, we're going to have to file for a new trial, or we're going to have to file to appeal because it's not fair that I should be given more time to respond to this stuff. That's just me suspecting things. I can't say for true, but that's typically how it goes. It happened to me. Like, was she asking for more time? I'm like, I want this shit over now. It was like, well, we got to give her more time. All right. So how do you enforce a Rule 11 agreement? To enforce a rule agreement, it must be in writing and signed by the parties themselves. File a written document with the court. That way the judge can see the agreement, which they did. The Rule 11 should be as detailed as possible when you sign, which we showed you this one right here, which pretty much outlines everything they must show in their initial Rule 11 agreement, which was basically all the evidence. And when you sign it, you should understand what you're agreeing to and what your obligations are. And here you go. Ask for a Rule 11 agreement to push back the discovery due date. And what's she saying? Well, I want to submit more evidence, guys. I need more time and I want to put in new evidence. Okay. And this is what it is. You can ask other parties to agree to push back any discovery due date through a Rule 11 agreement. A Rule 11 agreement must be in writing and signed. It's better to respond to a discovery late than not at all, which I agree with. You should respond to discovery as soon as possible. If you want to get the case over, you respond as soon as possible. But if you're driving a Tesla compliments where someone else is paying the goddamn electric bill, You may respond as late, you may extend it out, you may do whatever you can do to exploit the free benefit that the court has awarded you for giving a piss poor sob story and little to no evidence of marriage. You see how it works? I mean, you may file a motion to ask the court to push back the discovery date. For this to work, you must give the court a good reason why you need more time. And look, good reason is very subjective. What's the reason? Well, he filed it today, and I just came across some new evidence that proves we were married. And I want time to submit it and get my brief in order. And we got to try to block Henry ass too. We tired of his ass reporting on us. That's a debt miss. I'm going to tell you something, guys. I got so much stuff to tell you, and I'm going to, be innocent, and everyone's going to be stupid looking, egg on their face. And like, well, Adept, show us the proof. She like, no. It's a resolving circle. All this is about is her wanting to submit more evidence. And I showed you the case summary right here. I'll bring it up again. Here was her notice of intent to use discovery products not on file in the summary judgment. This was xQc's lawyer objecting to it. The motion for no evidence for the summary judgment. All parties present, legal argument. Petitioner, which is Sammy, requested time to file a reply brief for the court's consideration. Look, man, she was like,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
I'm in a bind, Judge. They're kicking our ass. I got nothing. I can't even, pull some, a rabbit out of my hat anymore. And the judge was like, I don't want to. This shit been going on for a while, but let's get that Rule 11 agreement. If they agree to it, sure. They have to agree. You have to be civil. I hate that. I really hate it. And I'm just speaking from experience. But what do you guys think? Did I answer your question? Do y'all think he's settling? No. I don't think he's settling at all, because the settlement would look way different. The case it'd be a motion, just like you saw with Logan Paul's, a motion to stay the case for mediation. What about the Room 304 allegations? Look, man, when it comes to her, right? Sorry, when it comes to her, poor choice of words. When it comes to what she says, I would not believe too much of it. Because here's the thing, right? Every time she says she has something, she has proof, she's got this, she has that, nothing comes of it. Nothing whatsoever. And I'm going to show you something real quick. This is her talking about NoPixel. So some simp is feeding her information. It could be a woman. You never know.
Especially because, I already know what NoPixel's coming out with in the next year and a half.
Oh, good for you. Are you going to tell us?
Nope.